Blake Lively, once celebrated as a style icon and down-to-earth star, saw her carefully curated image begin to unravel amidst a storm of allegations surrounding her role in It Ends With Us, a film directed by Justin Baldoni. What was expected to be an uplifting production quickly descended into chaos, marked by backstage disputes, text messages, counterclaims, and shocking revelation. The situation reached a shocking climax when Blake's attorney publicly resigned, citing ethical concerns and accusing her of undermining Baldoni. This rare and unexpected move sent shockwaves through Hollywood. It's not every day that a high-profile lawyer walks away from a client over such allegations, especially when hinting at deeper issues. Blake, known for her generally lighthearted and self-deprecating persona, was now at the center of a controversy that seemed far more dramatic than anything she had ever portrayed on screen. The unraveling of her reputation felt almost scripted. The controversy began with high hopes. It Ends With Us, a beloved novel, was poised for a cinematic adaptation that would resonate emotionally with audience. Baldoni's directorial vision and Blake's star power heightened expectation. While both expressed optimism about their collaboration, tensions began to rise behind the scenes. Whispers suggested Blake felt overshadowed by Justin's prominent role in the film. He was not only the director, but also a co-writer and lead actor. Rumors circulated that she resented his creative control, and behind closed doors, she allegedly complained about his media narrative framing her as less crucial. Fans began to notice subtle changes in interviews and interaction, fueling the gossip. Blake's career and personal life had always appeared seamless, but in this unexpected turn, the media spotlight became unforgiving. As behind-the-scenes footage revealed fleeting glances and subtle tensions, the drama escalated. Blake Lively, once seen as the epitome of grace and charm, claimed she was the victim of a targeted smear campaign orchestrated by Justin Baldoni. At first, this theory gained traction. Hollywood, after all, is no stranger to shifting alliances and the strategic use of the press. Viewers were sympathetic, recalling how women in the industry often face harsher scrutiny than their male counterparts. But as the story unfolded, new evidence began to complicate Blake's narrative. Leaked screenshots of text messages, many shared by Justin's close affiliates, painted a different picture. Far from being marginalized, Blake appeared to assert significant control over the production. She mentioned her personal sphere of influence, including her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and a network of powerful figures she referred to as Dragon. The messages revealed that Blake was willing to use these connections to influence key elements of the film, from editing choices to marketing strategies. She hinted that if her demands weren't met, she would pull her weight from promotional duties. It seemed like a typical Hollywood power struggle until things took a darker turn. Rumors began circulating that Blake was trying to rewrite the script, veto technical choices, and even rearrange co-stars for promotional events. Producers recalled receiving messages warning of her potential withdrawal unless her perspective was prioritized. The situation was spiraling. The most shocking development came when Blake filed legal complaints against the production, citing discomfort on set, particularly concerning the lack of protocols during close contact scenes. She also accused Justin of making inappropriate comments about her post-childbirth appearance, claims that painted him in an unsavory light. In the midst of this, Blake's lawyer presented a series of carefully edited text messages as evidence, reshaping the narrative to depict Justin as insensitive and domineering. But Justin's team countered with the full, unredacted text record, revealing conversations that contradicted Blake's claims. One exchange, in particular, showed that Blake had invited Justin into her trailer, despite her accusations that he had barged in unannounced. The plot thickened when Blake's high-profile attorney, known for handling sensitive Hollywood disputes, resigned from her case in a highly unusual public statement. Instead of quietly filing a withdrawal, the attorney voiced concerns about the credibility of Blake's claim. The legal world and Hollywood alike were left stunned. The resignation of Blake Lively's attorney was nothing short of unprecedented. A legal professional publicly turning on a client, casting doubt on the narrative Blake had pushed? Industry insiders were stunned. The lawyer, after gaining access to full records, including text messages and witness testimonies, appeared to see a disconnect between Blake's public statements and the underlying facts. The carefully crafted statement avoided direct accusations of wrongdoing, but the message was clear. The attorney could no longer ethically represent Blake, given the verifiable evidence that conflicted with her version of events. Follow-up comments to reporters hinted that Blake may have knowingly distorted certain on-set occurrences to frame Justin in a negative light. This revelation shook the public, sparking heated debates online. Had Blake been the victim of manipulation, or had she weaponized partial truths to control the media narrative? Some fans stood by her, convinced the lawyer might have ulterior motives, while others felt betrayed, questioning the authenticity of her claims. The division in public sentiment was palpable. For Justin, this twist worked to his advantage. No longer in the position of aggressively defending himself, he found that Blake's former attorney had essentially done the work for him. He was now free to reflect on the situation without having to further engage in the escalating drama. By the time the lawyer's statement made headlines, the damage to Blake's credibility was already done. As more details came to light, other cast members and crew, previously hesitant to speak out, began to share their own stories. Privately, some revealed that Blake had taken normal production challenges and turned them into public issues, often revising them later in legal or public contexts to suit her narrative. A production assistant, for instance, recalled how Blake insisted a scene be reshot for creative reasons, only to later claim the production lacked proper emotional well-being protocols in interviews, an apparent contradiction. The deeper the investigation into Blake's claims, the more contradictions surfaced. Justin, who had been thrust into an unwanted spotlight, was no longer the only one under scrutiny. As the layers peeled back, it became clear the situation was far more complicated than anyone had initially imagined. Blake Lively's attorney's public resignation sent shockwaves through Hollywood, an unheard-of move for a legal professional. Instead of quietly withdrawing, the lawyer openly questioned the credibility of Blake's claims, suggesting her narrative might be incomplete or misleading. This rare turn of events had industry observers speculating. Had the lawyer seen something that didn't align with Blake's version of the story? The carefully worded statement sidestepped direct accusations but made it clear the attorney could no longer support a position that clashed with verifiable evidence. In follow-up comments, the lawyer hinted at seeing text messages and other materials that made them question Blake's version of events, implying she may have deliberately distorted facts to paint Justin Baldoni in a negative light. This revelation sparked new debates. Public sentiment had already been divided, with some still believing Blake was a victim of manipulation, while others suspected she had intentionally weaponized partial truths to manipulate the media. But when her own lawyer turned on her, many were forced to reassess. If Blake's lawyer couldn't back her claims, how reliable were they to begin with? Online forums erupted, with fans split between those feeling betrayed and others suggesting the lawyer had hidden motives or was acting out of personal gain. Amid the chaos, Justin found himself in an unexpected position of strength. What was once an uphill battle for him to defend his reputation had now been handed to him by Blake's own legal team. The dramatic exit of her lawyer seemed to confirm what many had suspected. The deeper the investigation, the more the story unraveled. Hollywood insiders took note. Castmates and crew, previously reluctant to speak out, began to share stories that painted Blake in a different light. One production assistant recalled Blake demanding a scene be reshot multiple times for creative reasons, only for her to later claim that the production lacked proper emotional well-being guidelines, a puzzling contradiction. Blake Lively's credibility is now under intense scrutiny following her lawyer's dramatic resignation, which left her story in tatters. Once a beloved Hollywood figure, Blake's fall from grace has turned It Ends With Us into one of the most convoluted behind-the-scenes dramas in recent memory. While Blake grapples with her tarnished reputation, Justin, once in the crossfire, now finds himself vindicated. He's forging ahead with new projects, undeterred by the public scrutiny. The slow-moving court system and fluctuating public opinion suggest this saga could continue for some time. But one thing is clear: her lawyer's bold exit has forever changed the narrative, proving that in Hollywood, the truth always comes to light.